here, it throws it into context about
25.
just how amazing it is that Beaton continues year after
25.
year after year to be on the tour, be competitive, and win enough to keep making all these major tournaments like the match play and whatever. We've got people scrabbling over themselves trying to get to Blackpool. Beaton is just going to be there.
Outside.
He always is. Callan Rydz is a lad who's been trying to get on the full tour for a couple of years now. In the last 2 years, he has missed out agonisingly at Q School after having a blinding first
25.
day.
Steve's won the bill
and then
through first.
Struggled to win a game in the last couple of days, and then he's missed out by the narrowest of margins. He's been desperately unlucky. He's a very, very talented young man, is Callan Rydz.
134.
He's turned up here today, making up the numbers to get to the 128 players with some withdrawals of the likes of Gerwyn Price. And he's got an opportunity. He's seized it so far with a win over Stephen Burton and then a win over his mate Chris Dobie. Only lives around the corner from him, I think. Both 6'3", both averages in the high 80s. Now, that's all right,
46.
but we know he's got more in the tank. We've seen him win on the development tour with averages like 101, 106. We've seen him throw in some big, big numbers. He has got a huge, huge amount of talent and potential, this lad.
140.
Can he turn it on here today? This is what he wants. He wants to be playing the likes of Beaton and all the top boys. Wants to show what he can do. Well, now's your chance, Callan. Things have started to happen for him, winning on the development tour.
96.
Getting these opportunities. And treble 17 would give him a dart at the bull, but he's not quite there.
97.
85 for Beaton. 20. Didn't even think about the treble.
60.
But can't quite pin the bull. Rydz to break throw. Take an early lead. 16 or 8. Double 16 it is then.
Game shot.
Very, very impressive for Callan Rydz. 1-0. Callan just been signed by a new darts manufacturer.
140.
Gets his moody photo with unicorn, making him look like some sort of film star or
140.
whatever, rather than him just like confusingly pushing on a door that says pull or anything, which might be a more reflective picture.
125.
Not sure what's happened to his darts shirt. I'm sure he had one with the Newcastle black and white stripes on.
35.
More standard, nondescript one he's got at the minute. But look, when I think it's
55.
Almost an inevitability that Callan Rydz is going to end up on the full tour at some point. We will see if he develops
60.
into his own sort of darting identity, like the bronzed Adonis. He can be mistaken for no other man.
84.
Rydz leaves himself a 2-darter. Steve Beaton thinking about getting the sums right and everything. Although wasn't going to manage it there.
57.
Winner of this through to the last
41.
16. We are seeing board finals taking place all over
Game shot.
Wigan at the moment. And, wow, Callan Rydz goes 2-0 up, while over on board 14, he might be doing it again. Jose de Sousa, 5-3 up on Jeffrey Desvan. It really does not matter who you put in the way of this Portuguese star.
140.
But he's averaged 106, 101, and he's averaging 97, and he's 5-3 up on last year's match play semi-finalist. Dimitri Vandenberg, who's been averaging well over 57. A ton for the day. He's taking on Ted Everts, who is probably the top performer, if we're honest, on the development tour this year, even better than Callan himself.
180.
Number 1 for Callan Rydz. He really can score, this boy. He's exciting to watch when he gets going. Let's see. We haven't seen him turn
60.
it on today as yet. As I say, just a couple of high 80s averages, but he can go over the ton mark.
129.
And he's moved over the ton mark right now. 52 left after just 9 darts thrown.
95. Game shot.
Really, really good. Callan Rydz 3-0 up with another breaker throw. And Steve Beaton, well, if he thought that this young man was going to show him any respect or any
100.
trepidation about taking on the former world champion and legend of the game, it's not happening, is it? Maybe Callan doesn't know who he is. In which case, he needs sitting down and a good talking to.
100. $60.
Steve Beaton's beaten Robert Thornton and David Van Barlen to get to this stage, averaging about 90 for the day.
100.
The winner of this will face either Vincent van der Voort or Brendan Dolan. Brendan 2-0 up in that game. He's been playing some
100.
good darts of late, Brendan. I know the Northern Irish team had a bit of a mare at the World Cup, but in general, Brendan's been looking dangerous. But not as dangerous as Callan Rydz is looking in this one, because the 177 is a perfect setup shot to leave double 12. And Callan Rydz, if he pins this for a 13 darter, he's going to be 4-0 up and averaging around about 110. Straight in. Absolutely superb. Callan Rydz, this is what he wanted when he got the text message yesterday saying, get back on the train from Newcastle and come here. A spot has opened up. He wanted the chance to show what he can do, and this is what he can do.
100.
And he's doing it as if it is absolutely nothing. He knows he can play at this standard. It's just a case of how much he can play at this standard, whether he can do it over long formats, whether he'll be able to do it on big stages. First of all, whether he can do it enough to just get on the tour.
100. $121.
Well, signs of life from Steve Beaton, but very much second best against a man less than half his age. Double top.
66.
Just on the wire. This isn't going to go, is it? Is it? No, it isn't.
131.
But I tell you what, he's asked the question. Double 10. Oh no.
30.
Oh, the Adonis chasing them all around the board, and Callan Rydz is going to make it 5, isn't he?
Game shot.
Straight in clinical stuff, and Callan Rydz, 111 average, now has the throw to whitewash Steve Beaton and move into the last 16 here at Players Championship 18. He has been restricted all year to playing Challenge Tour, Development Tour stuff. He did have a go at the UK Open, but he went out very, very early at the UK Open. He's won on the Challenge Tour. He's won on the Development Tour. He's been finals on the Challenge Tour. He really has been superb this year. But this is the first real opportunity he's got on the Pro Tour, and he is jumping all over it because this is a spectacular performance. Look at this.
137.
Go on, go out on the ball, Callan. I know it's beaten. I know some people will say it's disrespectful. But you came here to show everybody what you could do.
47.
And my word, you have done it. Tops.
40.
Oh, wow. I'm sure that might have ended up being the biggest average of the day if either of those darts had gone. It still could end up being.
135.
Double 5. Double 2.
8.
Okay. Well, 2 more match darts. Oh, the old double-double for the Adonis. But he can't do it. Well, Madhouse for a mad 6-0 win.
No score.
Callan, what are you doing, man?
20.
Oh my word. Well, Steve, I tell you what, he's had a few darts at double, and a lot of them been right on the wires. But Callan Rydz, yeah, nice safe one, Callan, eh?
No score.
Well, Steve's laughing, Callan's
Game
laughing,
shot.
but there will be no whitewash because Steve Beaton has survived countless match darts there. Callan is still averaging 101 and he's been doing his best. I mean, to be fair, we have seen somebody lose from 5-0 up already today. And the one thing you can say
42.
about Callan is that he can be absolutely spectacular and then find ways of messing things up.
84. $99. 140.
Well, Callan Rydz straight in there with a ton 40 again. I mean, the scoring has just been on another level compared to Steve Beaton. And the finishing was superb right until that final leg. It's just whether he can get over the line. This is a man who both years in Q School started incredibly and looked like it was a formality that he'd get enough points to get on the tour.
80.
And he didn't manage it somehow. Would this game be a hilarious and kind of heartbreaking example of him doing the same? Going 5-0 up, missing a load of match darts and not quite winning it. Oh, I thought you might have stayed on the treble 20 there, Beaton. But 92, it's another chance for Callan to get the job done. Double-double? Yeah, he was going for it, but 52. Never really committed. He will get darts at tops if Beaton allows him.
Game
Beaton
shot.
does not allow him because 5-0 becomes 5-2.
$134.
Now, if Beaton could find a way to break here, and look, he's very, very hard now. He's already 90 points behind. Plus these. Raising the eyebrows from Callan. Again, scoring very well. But if Beaton did somehow steal this leg away, 5-3, trying to make it 5-4,
96.
when would panic set in for Callan Rydz, who by definition is not used to playing in these tournaments? Oh, look at this. What a talent he is. A third 180 for Callan Rydz, and he's going to get bucket loads more match darts.
100.
He's needed bucket loads of them. How many more does he need? Double 16. He only needs one. That is superb. He seals it with an 11 darter. The legend shakes his hand. That is well deserved. Callan